Hi there, it's Andrew Houston from Profit for Contractors with this week's trading tip. Today I want to show you in this quick 5-minute video how to ensure we are working for maximum profits versus maximum profit in your contracting business, once and for all. At a recent workshop, several contractors were complaining about how hard it is to maximize their profits, especially with all the new safety regulations and extra costs that they're putting on you today. And so when I asked the question, so how are you planning for profits? And the response was like deer in the headlights. I decided it was time we addressed that profits are not something to hope for, profits are something we have to plan for. But for this week's trading tip, we're gonna give you a taste of just one of the key strategies called back costing. It's one of those strategies that act like a superfood in your business, similar to how broccoli and Brussels sprouts is a superfood to our bodies. Now, you might not like eating these vegetables or other superfoods, but if you want to live longer and feel better, then suck it up and start eating them. Back costing is the same thing with getting control of your profits and maximizing them. So, let's dig a little deeper in how back costing acts as a superfood to your business. The first area it improves is the accuracy of your estimates because we are able to utilize previous data to let us know where we succeeded and where we didn't. It will give insights on actual labor and material costs against how the job was estimated. Which areas we performed at best, was it at service, or maybe it was at finishing, or insights from which crews performed or didn't. The second area that back costing helps us with is enabling us to learn from our past to create better schedules. Optimizing how to start, run, and finish a job has a huge impact on profits and control. The third area back costing impacts is increasing communication to the crews. Breaking down each area allows us to set targets for the crews and game plans to achieve those targets. It's like a GPS for the project. All the team needs to do is follow it. Now, that's what I call superfood for your business. So imagine just for a minute that you're able to get a 2% increase in bottom line profits from each of the 3 areas of improvement we just covered. 2% from being able to be more accurate on the estimates, leveraging the past data. 2% from being able to know the status of the jobs and how they start, run, and finish. Another 2% from being able to track specific aspects of the job, to know if you're on track or off track, as well as tracking the performance of each employee to know what targets to set and achieve. A 2% increase from each gives us a total increase of 6% on the bottom line. Now, most contractors are lucky to be at 10% net profit, so this would be a 60% increase in net profit in this case. Being super conservative, let's look at only 1% increase. That's 3% net profit increase, which is the same as the 30% increase. Can you afford to throw 3% profit away? So you might be asking, so where do you start with back costing if you haven't already? Well, step number 1 is to look at all the jobs that you have on the go right now and pick just one to start with. Pick the one job that would have the biggest impact on profits, good or bad. Remember, plugging leaks in profit is just as important as gaining more profits. Step number 2, compare the estimate to the actual. If you haven't been tracking the paperwork from the beginning, then you're going to have to estimate where the job is versus where it should be. Step number 3, if you're off track or way behind, it's time to put somebody's feet on the ground to create a get back on track plan. Focus on the future aspects of the job. Move your guys around based on who's the right fit for what needs to be worked on. Step number 4, depending on what's at stake, you might have to go with weekly or even daily progress meetings to ensure the crews are heading in the right direction. Step number 5, always do what the Navy SEALs do after a mission. Outline the log of lessons learned so that we benefit from what went right and what went wrong. Let's face it, mistakes will happen in life, okay? That's a fact. Our job is to learn from them. It's when we don't that we repeat the error, which repeated enough is what I call ignorance tax. So that's this week's tradie tip on how to stop hoping for profits and how to start planning for profits. This is Andrew Houston from Profit for Contractors. I look forward to seeing you on the other side.